ata itong pangatlo, 1, 2, 3 sa ito. Siya nga siya. Ganda.
Ang bangking talaga. Yan na.
Lumura din yun.
Panorama.
The attention call has just been sounded, signaling the drillers to prepare for their performance.
Dapat hindi sila nag-test eh. Ayos mo to.
Truth, honor, and excellence. These are the values that our cousin holds. As future leaders of our nation, it is important that we make a stand for the peaceful progress of our country. Pagdiripan ng bayan, lakas at sarili iaalay para sa kapayapaan. As the warriors and protectors of our land, we dedicate our lives for the peace and prosperity of mankind. Being on the grounds of this prestigious institution, we stand firm and proud to serve the Filipino people. We will not pause. We will not falter. As some soldiers of the armed forces of the Philippines, we shall create a tight and balanced connection with every Filipino people. We shall maintain freedom in our changing world. The hollow walls of our alma mater will help us achieve the values that are needed to preserve peace. We will continue to serve as the guiding light of the armed forces of the Philippines and the nation.
Gusto mo mag-wifi? Okay lang. I don't need your love, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good morning. You are about to witness an enthralling flaunts of flares and dexterity as the group of young men and women from the PMA Mabalasik class of 2019 performs the silent drill. The company commander first aligns the company. She then confers a series of orders to perform the manual of arms. Starting with right shoulder arms. Left shoulder arms. Forward arms. And finally, order arms. May we request everyone to rise for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. The company commander now executes present arms, and he salutes you all for this significant occasion. You are now hearing the last command. From then on, the silent drill company of the PMA Mabalasik class of 2019 will proceed with the drill without further commands.
There are two components of life in the earth that affects our being, the light and the dark. Equally they clinch, neutralize, and match to create a balance. Opposite and complementary forces which mean shaded and sunny. Black and white. Two shades indicate balance between two, ensuring interconnection and harmony in our natural worlds. They combine in various proportions to produce all the different things in the universe. This is a kind of transition, a kind of evolution. The life we led outside, even before entering the academy, was a far cry from the regimented life that we live right now. But then, this is our fate. The life lived through the difficult paths, rather than the one that strays on the easier ways. That is what the change of colors correspond. The alternate switching of colors, black and white, symbolizes the process of change that each cadet must undergo. Once a simple dream, now a living reality as we press forward to achieve a common goal. The diversity of our country's different cultures now merge to make vivid another group of dreamers linked to the long green line. The Academy seek with traditions that develop the cadets to become persons of gentle breeding and strong character. To this day, and even until we have shed our uniforms, we carry in our hearts the sacred coat of arms, the seal of our covenant, our direction and only path that bears the guiding light. The guiding light of courage, integrity, and loyalty. This is what the big arrow is all about. An arrow, when made to be perfect and straight, flies true to its target. It symbolizes the vision of the Academy to produce disciplined and principled leaders whose target is focused on the betterment of our nation. It also points towards you, our fellow Filipinos whom we promise to serve. This formation is our covenant as future leaders and guardians of what we swore to protect.
Cadets, even for their vigorous military training, say to the young gentlemen and ladies, the principles simultaneously carry out the civility and the decorum shape their being. Component of their education inside the academy is the management of time. Visitors would suppose the cadets are not refined and sociable, yet they always sense the affection of their welcome through greetings and felicitations. Cadets' bearing and conduct will lead to regard them as cold and hard, but actually, they also take simple gratifications of life. At the rear of the group's uniforms are vulnerable people who remain the same as they always have been. This is shown as a generous word with triple letters. H and I. Hi, welcome to the Central Exhibition of PNA Mabalasik Class of 2019.
Bilis kasi nilang bumalik. Enjoy yun.
The Academy envisions being an institution of finance and competence, having the common goal of creating the forthcoming leaders of our nation, obtaining the character, attitude, and refinement, having the mission of training the cadets and cultivating their abilities in supervision of the guiding principle, wherein holistic development will take part. Consequently, when inside the thresholds of this great institution, the cadets must endure the harsh training. They will be guided to various societal connections. In addition, solid choice discipline that will improve the abilities and awareness, which is the requirement as future leaders of the nation.
Since the beginning of PMA in 1898, it has produced graduates who dedicated their lives in the service of our country. The Academy has remained steadfast to its mission, to instruct, train, and develop the cadets, so that each graduate shall possess the character, the broad and basic military skills, and education essential to a successful pursuit of a progressive military career as a value-centered leader to the armed forces of the Philippines and the nation. Honor and integrity enables us to live in the pattern of our creed. Deciphered right before them are the famous letters P, M, and A. The jewelers bring to life the letters for a series of manual awards. Starting with P, then M, then A. The jewelers acknowledge honor and stand with the responsibility that comes with it as they execute a salute to the Philippine Military Academy.
Three words genuinely embedded in the heart of each cadet. Three words that are conscientiously protected against impurity and destruction. Words, neither impassive nor worthless intellections. They are not even simply words. They are the guiding light that lightens the path of achievement and honor. As cadets travel across the line of deception to reach the goal of his ambitions, they create a balance that equals the scale for the need of one is demeanor. This harmony of vital qualities is the basic support of cadets' character. C, I, and L. Courage, integrity, and loyalty. Each in concurrence with the other two performs as the moral stronghold that defends the mind of each cadet against the corruptive influences of the world. every cadet, upon his entry to the academy, is bound to the purpose he has dedicated himself to. Each year, a cadet finishes in the academy, brings him closer to his dream of being a sterling officer in our modernizing armed forces. Hence, graduating is a must. This is the knowledge which we must possess even before entering the academy. Accurate to its every term, we realize that boundless sacrifices and adversities are necessities to reach our definitive aim. Nonetheless, every step made closer to our goal is worth every effort. Soldiers as we are, we accept the accountabilities to bring, characters to seal, opportunities to live up, and legacies to continue, for our beloved country and for the future generations. This is represented by a triangle formation, also known as the VIX, symbolizing the rank of a lieutenant, the role we accept as we proceed to a new life after graduating in the academy.
The standard of perfection that the Academy promotes upon each cadet refers to the quality of officers the Philippine Military Academy produces. As such, the fundamental objective of the Academy is to develop the values and character of each cadet, for us to become men and women standing upright as the noble dwellers of this institution. This perfection is displayed as we dedicate our lives in the service of the country. Such is the message that lies behind the concentric circles, defining the hearts and souls of each cadet. We are bound to the relentless pressure, and yet we develop a sense of integrity among us. Watch them as they move outwards to show you the planting of rifles. Here, the cadets raise their rifles high enough for planting, just in time for the next one to pick up. Attention and alertness is needed to keep the momentum going. Now the cadets are marching to the other side, preparing their rifles again for planting. Keeping their pace, they pay attention to the details of their actions. Moving and turning outwards. The drillers will show you another tricky drill. The passing of rifles. These exhibitions symbolizes the sharing and helping among the cadets. Every cadet is out to reach the hands of those in need. Cooperation and coordination is the key to aesthetic result. The drillers will now show you an exhibition that shows the ability of the cadets to fire while being concealed to their natural surroundings. The ever-brilliant sun, as the shining celestial body around the earth, has served as a bright beacon above our land. Such is the role of servant leader, to be the guiding light for us, the future, as catalyst of change. Our role as cadets is to let ourselves be molded through the bright sunshine of education given by the Academy. As mandated by our Constitution, the Armed Forces of the Philippines serves as the only yet brilliant shield of the citizens and the state. Its function is to support the dominion of the states and veracity of our national territory. The prerequisite is what the cadets are trained for, the responsibility to develop and stimulate the people's mind with integrity and nationalism. The drillers, as young members of the AFP, aims to win the hearts of the Filipino people as they try to form the letters A, F, and P. The culmination of years in a military institution where measured and regulated systems is strictly followed prepares the cadet to a future task in the AFP. The company now gives a salute to the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Eventually, these cadets will become officers, and what they have learned and trained to do will now be applied to the service of the Filipino people. big commitment. Give us a bright future and a chance for change for this land.
People do not remember days, we remember moments. Every moment is precious to those who know the value of time. The irony of time is that it is free for everyone, but at the same time, it is priceless. One cannot own time, but one could use it. One could keep it, but he could spend it. And once you have lost time, you can never get it back. This is what makes time valuable. Time is an important aspect in a cadet's life. Here in the academy, time never seems to be enough. From the first bugle of dawn to the last note of the trumpet at night, everything seems to be constrained and bounded by time. Not being on time can result in different consequences. A minute or two of delay may affect not only the cadet but the corps in general. That is why here in the academy, every second counts. This teaches us that time really matters. Thus, we are taught the virtue of punctuality as a genuine trait of true gentlemen and ladies, keeping in mind that all our actions are interconnected. A cadet being on time shows a sense of responsibility and respect for other people's time. We are now part of a breed of people who live around the clock, by the clock, and with the clock. Now watch the cadets as they move in oneness like a clock.
Hindi pa din yan. Parang yun yan.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can check your time, it is now 30 minutes past the hour of 10.
Baka yun na walang ay yung kahit na saan? Bakit? Tataman yung nila. Tataman yung heart sa'yo.
Of all our being, there is a soul component that silently works and provides our existence. Disregarding its size, what is essential is, it provides and connects itself to each part of our system to sustain life. A person's heart is not only the size of a fist, and a muscle that pumps blood and nourishment. It is also the core of our feelings, sentiments, and passions. The cadets may not be identified as warm and loving persons, but behind our appearance, we are the ones who avoid our own comfort and personal advancement at the expense of others. Deep within the heart of every cadet lays his or her ideals and aspirations. In addition, as cadets, it is in our hearts where everyone can see the true significance of courage, integrity, and loyalty. As you can see now, this heart is composed of the members of the representatives from PMA Mabalasik class of 2019 with an ever-blazing heart to serve the nation. To our visitors, friends, this heart is for you.
God, country, and people. These are the things we are living for. These are the things that give us strength and inspiration to undergo a life of hardships and sacrifices. We wait for that day when we are finally ready to make our contributions as guardians of what we swore to protect. This cross symbolizes the faith of the cadets. God is above all. Our profession demands that we lay our destiny in the hands of the highest commander of all. To give our wholehearted trust to Him, who guides our path as we continue to fulfill the mission He has given us.
Cadets are featured as timid and feeling individuals who are not familiar with the word love. However, nothing can be farther from the truth. In reality, cadets are sensitive individuals who need and want love. Their letters, emails, phone calls, visits, and text messages give us the strength and inspiration to go on performing the demanding duties of cadet. As long as we know that the love they gave us will remain forever true. The truth is found in the words, I love you. We give our love to you, our dearest ones, who make life more wonderful to live. To our visitors and friends, we love you. Mabalasik, pagdirigma ng bayan, lakas at sarili, iaalay para sa kapayapaan. This is our classmate. It is what we stand for. From the different sectors of the society, originated from our own genesis, then varied by discernments and philosophies. We have derived and organized, united as one. One that has been established through advanced training as the future leaders of the nation. By adversities and difficulties, we remain flexible to the barriers of obscurity through cooperation, confidence, and determination. Enlightened in modesty and equality, guided to propel our class to compete and excel. This is confirmed with the next formation, a hard and close hourglass numeric, 1 and 9, 2019. To the blessings of our Almighty God, we continue to improve and maintain brilliance that is the life to servant leaders of selfless service to God and country. Following the roadmap of the Academy, we remain motivated to continually aim to be unsurpassed, remembered for our light of our accomplishments and excellence. We are indeed the race of fearless warriors, the Mabalasik class of 2019. For the years to come, our class will be institution. Let's make excellence as a way of life. We are a living legacy of what is known as the noble protectors of the land.
Ilang karga yan?
In the heart of every cadet is a person who appreciates music. Each one of us has their own talent, be it in singing, acting, or dancing. Music soothes our souls. It gives us smiles and laughter, and picks us up whenever we feel tired and lonely. With the noise of our rifles, the heavy thumps and thuds of our drums, one cannot possibly imagine how we can find and retain the melodies in our hearts. Unknown to many, we treasure, cultivate, and celebrate camaraderie with one passion, gives life to the Academy, be it at twilight or dawn. The 109th show every December. The morning serenades are still sing manifest of cadets' frantic and poetic souls.
Hindi ko press pa.
The note in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, signifies the role of music in our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves for the hardest part of the drill.
If you want to get with me, there's some things you gotta know. I like my beats fast and my bass down.
You can't stop looking at me. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. And so, everything must come to an end. Although our performance is of no exception, we will give you a promise that someday we will be back. To our beloved audience, friends, tourists, trainers, and classmates, it is with sincere gratitude for having inspired us to strive hard and move on. To all of you who have been our inspiration and our source of strength, who also never falter to give your support and encouragement. To all of you who have shed their lives as we seek our destiny to the darkness of our path. You will always be a part of our journey as we continue to travel with the road of our lives. No goodbyes as we form the letters C and U. See you. We take our hats off as we thank you all for watching. And we hope you enjoyed our humble performance.
Tatlo ata yun. Ako kailangan.
The company commander now orders the company to pass in review.
The members of the Black Platoon are Anatati Bakito, Christian Correa, David Santos, Fernand Bundales, Michelle Palawan, Alvic La Bastida, Maria Granada, Kenneth Kayaka, Victor Omando, Leslie Cambaga, Lito Tomato, Abigail Aribal, Victor Quintong Jr., Fidel Castro Jr., Chazel Baldo, Christine Jo Biloan, Ruin Palehag, Christian Amparado, Neil Corre, Chester Gutierrez, Sara Escobio, Claude Bender, Rodolfo Garastas, Michael Regalado, Ronald Guadaga, Alvin Mendores, Charlene Mercede, Aileen O, Don Bantillo, Tricia Pascual, Tanya Pantaluna, Edward Alpin, Krista Noval, Tutugan Malala, Spencer Garnica, Kyle Calado, Rafael O, Tristan Balago, Keith Saguay, Carlo Apo, Jonathan Aceituno, Elena Dahumos, Larry Bigutan, and Chelsea Miraflores. Members of the White Platoon are Ken Young, Wilbur De Yuba, Joseph Doriano, Alvin Gomez, Eduardo Gonzalez, Luis Sayonera, Paulo Salcedo, Luis Sanchez, Martin Hanggang, Isardo Mahayo, Luis Divina, Enrique Barra, Karen Moreno, Charlie Arugao, Oliver Abolencha, Siliboy Arenas, James Esquilino, Jefferson Magalao, Ralph Magallanes, Andrew Manuel, Lars Luzon, Roderick Santos, Anthony Doctor, Angelique Francis, Ismael Villasa, Stacy Minerva, Arce Minerva, Emmanuel Carrera, Jeronimo Villegas, Maria Angelica Rubén, Tiffany Pashor, Ruben Soledad, Carissa Viva, Guillermo Bawal, Jared Ardel, Randolph Ramirez, Guillermo Baculo, Pina Respanhayan, Mel Marco, and Annalisa Tagakay.
Ladies and gentlemen, passing in review before you is the Silent Drill Company of PMA Class of 2019, headed by its company commander, Arian Abdanida, with her staff, Don Breza, Chairman of the and Kevin Magapo. White Platoon, Black Platoon Leader, Alan Mendoza. White Platoon Leader, Arnold Padilla. With the company First Sergeant, John Tupampanwa.
Bye! Bye!
The members of the Speakers Board are Regional